In this video, we're going to talk about the Chris Stapleton song, Whiskey and You. And one of the reasons I'm excited to teach this song is it's in drop D tuning. And what Chris does here, it's a great example of how useful drop D tuning can be for us guitar players. So first, let's talk about what drop D tuning is. Simply, all you have to do is tune your sixth string down from E to D, but now you have from the sixth string to the first string, D, A, D, G, B, and E. And it just widens the range that you can play in the key of D. And you can have these nice drone notes that go continuously, and your sixth string and your fourth string are tuned to the same note an octave apart. So it makes you can create some really wonderful riffs, and that's what he does here. So the main idea that keeps coming around in this song is this riff where he's sliding along the fourth string. So what I do is my thumb plays the sixth string and my index finger plays the fourth string, and I hammer on from 2 to 4, and then my thumb just follows up with 6, 4, 6. So it sounds like this. Then I slide up or hammer on 4 to 5, and then 5 to 7, and then pull off back from 7 to 5. So the introduction sounds like this. We do this twice. And that's also, he does a round of that to start the verse. And then the next chord in the verse is this. So what we've got going there is a B minor 7 chord, which is bar at the 2nd fret, and then middle finger on the 2nd string and 3rd finger on the 4th string. And he just does a simple picking pattern where he goes 5, 3, 2, 3, and then lift your middle finger, 2, 3, 2, 3. Then hammer on and grab the 5th string at the same time. And we're back to our riff of D. And then back to our B minor 7, but this time just half of a measure. So I just went 5th, 4th, and then 2nd, 3rd together, then an A chord. And then he does a really neat riff based on a G chord. So one of the things with this drop D tuning is that you can play low-pitched power chords by covering just with one finger the last 3 strings of the guitar. So at the 5th fret, it happens to be a G chord. So what he does here is he slides in from the 4th to the 5th frets. Then he plays right after that the 5th and 4th strings together. So it's almost in one go, but he does separate them like that. And then he hammers on at the 5th string, 5 to 7, and then plays, flatten out your finger a little more. It's kind of hard to do, but play the 5th fret on the 3rd string, and then back to the 5th fret on the 6th string, and then open 3rd and 2nd. So I'll try to do this all together. There it is. And then we go right to a D chord, but I'm not quite playing all the D chord, mostly these 2 strings, and then again picking from the 6th string. So that's where he says, and that's the difference between whiskey, and that's an A chord. And then we do our riff again. Then he takes us through again, repeats that sequence for the verse. And then the second time we get to the end of the verse, we go to, I guess, what I'd call the bridge of the song. So he plays an interesting little lick that he's going to use a couple times here, and it starts out on the D chord. So what's going on there? So I'm just picking out 6, 4, 3 of the D chord, and then I'll hammer on, it's probably part of a G chord really, and then I play my D chord, but I'm not playing the first string, and I'm going to hammer on the third string, so the second fret on the third string, like that. So all together it sounds like, try again. And then one's the devil, so that's where he's going to our bridge here, and it's an A chord. So what I just did there was I played, I'm barring with one finger the A chord, and I play 5th string, 4th string. Now I'm going to hammer on, this kind of makes it a D chord of sorts. I'm going to hammer on the 2nd string and the 4th string, but still playing the 3rd string in between. And then I do the opposite, a pull off, so I'm using my thumb and 2 fingers to play these, and then I grab the A chord one more time, and then I'm going to play that G chord, the power chord version, barred at the 5th fret. And this is a measure of 8th notes, 1 and 2, and getting louder. And then back and repeat that A, and G again. And then what happens is I go to essentially the middle of the verse, and back to my riff. And then here's the B minor 7 chord, A, and then here's that riff again. That's the difference. A, D, A, and then we, at this point, we're going to play the intro again, and which is the riff. And we're going to play the intro and then the verse, but this time just one time to the verse. So we're going to end up going to that, the second ending, where we have that lick. And then our bridge again. And we do all that again. And then we go back to the middle of the verse with the riff. B minor 7, A, G, and D, A, and now we go to the tag, which is the B minor 7 chord, and then I'm going to move my index finger over so I expose the open 5th string, and then this little lick on a G chord, and so that sounds like, and D, A, and we'll play that, the lick that's appeared around the bridge a couple times. So that's our ending. And that's it. Pretty great song, and a pretty good introduction to playing in drop D tuning. Hope you enjoyed it.